Thinking of selling your home, what you take out is just as important as what you add. In this video, I'm revealing the top eyesores that instantly turn off buyers, but fixing it doesn't have to cost very much. Before your next showing or photo shoot, make sure you remove these items. Hey there, home sellers. Welcome back to more home staging tips. My name is Kasha, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you a couple of these eyesores that I've seen online in the online photos, and I just want to warn you against doing this because see, there's some of the mistakes that home sellers make, but I know as the home seller that you're trying to get your house sold faster, you want to avoid these kinds of mistakes and these distractions, because really that's what it is. It's distracting the buyer from looking at the whole house, the whole picture. Now, I know I've gotten many comments before of, well, the home decor doesn't bother me. It shouldn't be a hindrance. I know, I get that. I understand. Believe me, that should be the case, right? But only 10% of you can actually say that, because the 10% of you can see beyond the clutter, beyond the colors, beyond the, and can see the bones of the house and what it can do to help make your life easier. Most buyers form an opinion within seconds of walking into a home, and you don't want any distractions or anything and thinking that they need to do something about it, they need to fix it, they need to paint it, they need to do something, because that is what's making them stop in their tracks and go, what? Why? No, this shouldn't be here. So instead of them thinking that way, you want them to think, oh, yes, I can see myself living in this house. Everything looks great. I can see my furniture in here, or I can understand where the layouts should be. This is what the room is used as. That's the feeling that you want to portray when you're staging your house. So these little things can kill the vibe before they even see the living room or the kitchen or whatever it is that they're looking for in your house. So let's jump into these pictures that I found online that are distractions and I would remove immediately to help you sell your house faster. Okay, so if you're like me and you love looking at photos online of houses, that's what I do in my spare time. And these are some of the things that I've actually found. These pictures were actually found online in the past month or two of houses that have been staged or not staged, as in this case, when we're talking about curb appeal, which is the first thing that buyers see when they come to your house. And if they come to this scene here, yeah, they're going to cringe and go, oh, goodness gracious. They've got overgrown bushes and they've got some dead plants and dead grass. Now, I know grass can take a while to grow. That I totally understand. But if you have dead bushes or dead plants in their flower beds, the easiest thing you can do is just pull those out, okay? And then trim these bushes up just to clean up the space, okay? So this eyesore can easily be fixed with just some hedge clippers, some new plants if you want to put them in there, or just clear out the dead ones and just clean up the space, okay? This next one, I just want to share with you. Wow, there's a lot going on in this room. Okay, so I have a couple of things to point out in this room. So number one, not only just the wallpaper here is an eyesore, but these frilly curtains just really need to go, okay? There's no reason to set a dining room table in here. There's like a bowl of lemons here. There's a rooster thing right here. There's some table settings. Just clear all that stuff off and just put a simple candle, a large candle or a decorative bowl is probably the easiest, or a basket or something like that, okay? Nothing major, but there's definitely no reason to have your fine china out, the silverware, anything like that. Dead plants are also an eyesore, or fake flowers. Dead plants are outside, fake flowers inside. Please just remove that, okay? Take that out. Okay, so back to another table setting that you don't need is this one right here that you can see. There's just a lot, again, going on in this room where I would remove a lot of things, okay? There's just, all of this is too matchy-matchy. This goes with these pillows and there's a lot of gray on gray on gray. And we know that gray, if you watch my home staging trends video, that is gone out of style. It is. It's a trend. It's gone out. And there's just a lot of gray in here. So, and there's nothing that requires it to match like this. So one of the things that I would remove is this valance here, this curtain thing here. These pillows, while they're beautiful, there's just too many. There's no need to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know, 10 pillows on here. In that case, I would actually just remove them all and just put like 2 white pillows, and that's it. And leave the bench pad, which is a nice colorful addition, but then just have white pillows on here. And then definitely this table setting, I'd remove all of that off the table. There's no reason for it. Plus you can't sit there, you know, if you're going to be trying to, as a home buyer, you're going to like, oh wow, okay, people don't live like this. It's obviously staged, and you don't want them to think that. You don't want them to think that, oh, this is, you're trying to fake them out on something, right? So here is what we're trying to do, is remove all that stuff, put something simple like a decorative basket or something like that. Nothing major, a candle, something simple, okay? But definitely not a table setting. That is not needed. Okay, in this room, what I wanted to show you that I would remove are these balloon valances. Now, these are, to me, just, I don't like them. They're not my style. They're not my thing. I know definitely in the higher end luxury homes, these are something that you'll probably find, are these kind of valances. Now, if your house is probably in the luxury market, like, you know, $500,000-$700,000 or more type of thing, you're on a golf course or something like that, then the people buying the house are probably gonna love this. But me as a Gen X, no, get rid of them, remove them. The plantation blinds look so much better without these things on here. And then, of course, I've talked about this before, red paint colors are not easy to photograph, and red in any room should just be painted over in a more neutral color, okay? So what I wanted to show you was just some valances here, like in the previous picture. Any of those kinds of things are some things that I would immediately take down. That's just an eyesore, and it's not going to keep me from buying the house, but it's just something that just doesn't help. It's a distraction, right? It's the first thing you walk into the room, you're like, oh, those, and you're not looking at the house, you're looking at the, you know, the valances that are throwing you off. You're like, what? There's something, no. And that's not what you want. You want buyers to look at the house, not the decor. The decor should be there, but kind of in a background, kind of show them, oh, this is a living room. Oh, this is a bedroom. Oh, I can use this as an office. Whatever, the story that it shows. But yeah, no, you don't want distractions like this, okay? And especially with red paint colors, because then they've got to think about, well, they're going to paint the room a different color because red is not their color, right? It cannot be the one that they're going to use in this room. Moving on to this room here, there's, again, all sorts of things wrong in here too. We've got frilly curtains. Again, remove all of those. This wallpaper really needs to go. This red carpet in here, oh my gosh, I don't know how old that rug is or carpet is, but it's probably pretty old for a while. And if it's been 5-7 years, carpets need to be replaced anyway. And that just, no. That one's going to take a little bit of effort on your part. Or you may give something to the buyers, say, hey, I'll give you a $5,000 credit toward replacing the carpeting in the bedrooms, okay? Because in this house, there were multiple rooms that had this red carpeting. They even had a neon green one in one of the bedrooms. Like, it looked almost like grass. Ugh, no. Neutral carpeting is what you should have in your bedroom, okay? This blanket holder thing here, I would just remove that. That's just excess. It's not necessary. Again, the frilly curtain, the frilly pillows, I would change those out, so find some nicer ones that aren't as flat as that. You want it to make it look like a luxury, like a hotel. This, to me, thinks grandma's house. Okay, that's not what you want, especially in a house that probably has multiple bedrooms. There's going to be a family moving in here. If this is the parents' room, they're going to want to feel like a luxury spa type of thing. This does not scream that. So that's not what we're trying to get at here, okay? Another eyesore that I've seen, and this is a picture that was actually posted in April, and we're recording this in May now. I grabbed this picture before, but holiday decor. If you have holiday decor still up, and it is May, it should be taken down for pictures, okay? If you're selling your house, now I know some of you live with holiday decor year round. That's on you if you're living with it, but when we're decorating to sell, which is what we are doing here, I'm trying to help you out here as a home seller, is the holiday decor has to go, especially for the pictures. Now, if you are going to be going through the holidays, still living in your house and you still want to celebrate it, that is perfectly fine. Just don't pull it out until after the pictures are taken. We've had to do that several times, where the last time we moved, we were about the Thanksgiving time frame, Christmas time frame. So we took all the pictures without the holiday decor. There was no fall motif, there was no Christmas motif, there was nothing. It was more neutral. And that's what sold our house basically that next day. And we got an offer above asking price. Okay. So in this case, this is a dated picture. Any holidays, you date yourself, basically saying, oh, well, this picture has been up since December, when really it was in April. They just didn't take down the holiday decor. So please immediately take down anything like this, holiday stuff, Halloween, Christmas, Easter, whatever. Just make sure it's not in the photos and celebrate it. You can still have it up when you're giving showings, right? When people are walking through your house, they're going to see that then, and that's perfectly fine, just not in the pictures, okay? All right, same thing with here. There's a Christmas tree in the corner. Again, you're dating the picture, so definitely remove that. But then here, I'm like, what is this, open dance floor? What's going on here? Why is the furniture pushed up against the walls? That's just another pet peeve of mine. But I know some of you are like, well, I don't know where else to put it. Where in this case, I would put the two couches kind of facing each other, cozy around this beautiful arched fireplace, and take up the space in the room. Why do you push things against the wall? Please don't do that, okay? Okay, if you are cringing like me when you're looking at these photos, then you'll want to download my free home staging guide called How to Start Staging Your House Now. You may be going around going, oh, yeah, I do have some of these issues, some of these mistakes that I've been making. Okay, yeah, Kasha, help me out here. Well, this free guide is going to help you out and make sure that you get started on the right foot. It shows you how to attract buyers. We talk about statistics in there. I even give you some top home improvements, things that you can work on right away, along with 10 home staging tips. So take a look at this free guide, download it today so that you can get your house ready to sell. Okay, so another thing that I've seen that you can easily fix is dirty laundry. And this is actually a photo I found online, yes, of all my scouring of photos. There's lots of houses that are empty, lots of houses that look nice, but there are still some houses that have pictures like this out there on the website. So if you have laundry that you have to do, just take it out of the room, stuff it in the washing machine while the pictures are being taken, but please don't leave that stuff out when you're getting pictures taken of for your real estate photos, okay? So yeah, please just put it away, okay? This one I wanted to show you an eyesore is this. Well, you may be distracted by this one, but I'm distracted by this thing right here with this workout gear, okay? So yes, it's a bedroom. Yes, I know this is how we live in it. We probably have a bicycle or a stationary something or other, or a treadmill or whatever. But when it comes time for photos, this needs to go, okay? That's an eyesore. It doesn't go in the bedroom. Stick it in the garage if you need to, if you really are going to keep it. And then this stand here, that's distraction. I hang up the robe in the closet, put it away. Definitely put this thing in the garage. That's just a distraction. Again, what we're trying to, even though I was meant to show you this, but this distracted me as well. Same thing with this one. So this room, I have no idea how they're using it. So they have the treadmill here with the weights, and then they have a dog cage, and then they have a sofa. I'm like, is this a living room, a workout room? What is this? I'm like, you obviously are not going to be, after sweating, you're not going to go sit on the couch. Ugh. So you definitely want to think about removing this treadmill, or if you want to make it into an exercise room, that's perfectly fine, but take out the couch. Maybe put something else there that can kind of go with the same motif of a workout space, okay? But basically this would come out, this doggy cage would come out. If you leave it as a living space, then definitely put like a chair, maybe put a bookcase with it, with a reading lamp. But basically this half and half thing, yeah, no, that definitely, no. Mm-mm. Okay, this one, I really want to show you this one because this one makes my head hurt. I used to, when I used to work in the military, I worked in this one office where we had to deal with lots of documentation. And the secretary and I worked together with the documentation. We'd look at it and go, okay, that's a misspelled word. That's a run-on sentence. What the heck is the format going on here? it just makes my head hurt. And this room makes my head hurt. There's a lot of things going on here, eyesores that I want to point out. So not only do you have this creepy looking doll right here, yeah, that one, you also have lots of little pictures here, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fake flowers in this whole area space. Like, that's way too many. There's no reason to have fake flowers in your home. You have real ones, sure, no problem. Like greenery, if you want to do that. Spider plants, snake plants, ZZ plants, those are fantastic. But these fake flowers, oh my gosh, please just get rid of all of them. Every single one just needs to go, okay? But yeah, but basically there's a lot of little tchotchkes here and things like that, and we talked about this dining room before. This is the credenza and everything. It's just too much stuff. But yeah, the creepy dolls. Yeah, and then there's the photos. There's a lot of things going on in this room. It hurts my head. We're just gonna move on. Okay. So another thing that's kind of an eyesore, at least for me when I'm walking into a room, is there's just photos that are hung up too high. Like these, they're kind of these two up here are not necessary, and these aren't even level on the same playing field here. I don't know what's going on here, but basically I would get rid of these two, line up two of them. Maybe I would just put these two together or these two together, but not all four. They're just wrong colors. They don't go. It just, yeah. And then this one over the TV, not necessary. Okay. So definitely pictures that are hung up too high, just take them down. That's the easiest thing you can do. Okay. And then make sure that if they do hang up, you have them level across the back of the couch. Okay. Another thing that's an eyesore is popcorn ceiling. Wow, yeah, there's still some houses that have that. Yeah, I know, the older ones, I get that. And they did a great job. They updated the ceiling fan, which some people love ceiling fans, some people don't. I know I'm gonna get both parties going, oh, I love them, or oh, I hate them. Okay, we're gonna get that, I know. But at least they updated it here. But if they updated that, why didn't they take down the popcorn ceiling and then all this little wallpaper edging here? That just needs to go. So those are eyesores that can be taken down. This one would take a little bit more time and some little more funding just to get down, but it would totally be worth it just to get that to help you get your house sold. Because then what buyers are going to think, they're going to look at that and go, oh, I have to pay someone to go do that. And they're probably going to guess a lot more than it really would take than if you did it yourself or had someone come in and do it, because they'll probably think, oh, it's going to cost like $5,000 or something. I don't know, I'm just throwing a number out there. But in reality, it's probably only going to be like $1,200 or something, right? So they're going to knock off $5,000 off the offer price, versus if you just did it and then, you know, had it selling like this without the popcorn ceiling, you wouldn't have less on for the offer, right? And then the last thing I have for you is carpeting, old carpeting again. That red carpeting that was in the bedroom, yeah, this goes into the bathroom. Carpeting in the bathroom, please, please, please do not have carpeting in your bathroom. I had one house that we had that, and I wish we would have changed it up, because it was probably, can you imagine the humidity and all that stuff that when you're taking showers and bathroom, it's just, some people are like, I can just hear them, you know, puking off to the side going, oh, yeah, no, please don't do that. Just remove this. The carpeting doesn't belong in the bathroom. It should be really nice tile or something like that. Again, this one might take a little bit more effort and a little more expense, but worth it, because people are going to think, oh, well, I'm going to have to rip that out and put tile in, right? When you can just put a basic tile in there, easy peasy, nothing fancy. It doesn't have to be. It could be white tile that goes in here, right? Nothing crazy. So, okay, and speaking of carpeting, this is another carpeting. Wow, yeah, this obviously is an older home, okay? So, again, this may be something that you may offer the buyers and say, hey, look, we're selling the house as is. I'm giving you, X amount of dollars toward replacing the carpet. If you don't want to spend the money on putting in new carpeting, along with new wallpaper and wall paneling, because there's going to be some effort in here. But for example, if you had this house maybe near a university or something, and you're going to rent this out to some college students, at least, change the carpeting out, because it looks pretty old and kind of shaggy and run down. You can paint over the wallpaper or take it down, or at least paint over the wood paneling and make it more appealing, and you probably get more rent for it that way too. Okay, so, but yeah, eyesore, this carpeting, yeah, and the wallpaper, yeah, you can easily take care of that. Okay, so I hope this has given you some idea on what you can look at if you see some of these things in your own home. Think about what it is that you can do to help you get rid of these eyesores, okay? Fixing these things doesn't take a lot of money, but it does take some intention. You definitely need to take a look around and see what your house has. If you remove the distractions, then you'll help buyers focus on what really matters, the home, and not the decor. So if you guys want more home staging tips, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so that you get more home staging tips. And if you do need them to help you get started, then I do have my free guide that you can download for free with my home improvements and other home staging tips that you can work on right now. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and we'll talk to you later. Bye!